Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Teresa, and I am here to show you a couple of ombre um, swatch sticks that I did. Anyway, just trying to get used to using the ombre brush and the whole technique of it. I am using Luxio gel from Accents gel polish, and the art brush 02, I believe it's the liner brush from Accents, and then just a ombre brush that I ordered off of Amazon. I will make sure to leave the products below. So here I have Sassy and Smolder. And if you see on the mat there, I've mixed the two a little bit just to make the transition between the two, to buffer it a little. So one of the things that I've noticed with the ombre brush is that you want to use it like in slightly patting technique instead of a brushing necessarily. So you're just kind of patting across the line in that midsection, joining the two, and just patting back and forth, back and forth. One of the things that I did notice was, and you'll see at the end, I really enjoyed what the finished product looked like as opposed to using a sponge. I have a really hard time, and I'm probably a bit more heavy handed than I should be. So just practicing. This is probably about my fifth or sixth ombre that I've tried doing, and I've just, by the way, I am not an accents educator. I use the products all the time, but I've watched a few tutorials online on YouTube, and so have picked up some things from that. And so here you see, I obviously have this in like a really fast forward type of thing. But so you're just wanting to go back and forth through the transition line and make it just more blended. I have the probably biggest, I would say the biggest tip that I could give is just to make sure that you want to wipe your brush off in between taking it from one color into starting to use it into another. I've forgotten this part a million times probably, and have really screwed up. Obviously, not on somebody's nails, but on just on swatch sticks. Trying to get the right kind of technique and movement going. So that probably is the biggest thing that I would have to say, is just to really make sure that you wipe your brush off. What I chose to do was to have a little dappen dish with acetone and dip it in that and then wipe it on a paper towel. That was the easiest for me. So here I am doing the 3-color ombre, and so on the silicone mat that I'm using, I used the first color L and the second color I can't remember the name. Anyway, mix those two together a little bit first, a little drop of each of them, and then a little drop of each of the second and third coat or colors, and mixed a little bit of those colors together. And then I think with the third one I used more three coats, because I could still see through the lighter colors up at the top part, where I could. It was still pretty transparent with the second one, through the first color that I used. So I went ahead and did 3 coats on that one. The 2-color ombre that I did, I only used 2 coats on that. But those were brighter, more opaque colors, so they covered really well. Now, if you're not a nail tech and you really like this technique and this type of look, I am just suggesting that if you go into your nail tech and you say, hey, I really, really like the ombre look and I really want to do this, blah, 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 I want to do it now. Just so you know, it took me about 15 minutes to do the very first one with the 2-color ombre. And I'm sure it's not 15 minutes. It wouldn't be 15 minutes for each one, because if you're doing, 2 or 3 or 4, it's only going to be about 4 or 5 more minutes per, per each above that. But if you're wanting to do a whole set of ombre, I would suggest probably planning ahead for that and scheduling it out with your nail tech. Because I could see it taking anywhere from like about a half an hour. So just be considerate, please, to your nail tech. The third one, that 3-color one, it took me probably about 20 minutes to do the one. So if they're experienced doing them, it probably wouldn't take them as long. Or maybe, they don't use as many coats. But if they're doing, if they've had practice with it a lot and they've got their speed down, then they could probably get it done pretty quick. But I just know for me, it was a longer process. But I probably just don't have enough practice doing it yet. So I guess to be fair, it still would probably be a nice and considerate thing to ask your nail tech if they can do it and how long it would take them, and try to plan it out first instead of just going boom, hey, can you do these on my nails? It was pretty. It's a fun and it's beautiful. The look is gorgeous. I had a lot of fun doing this. So you can probably get, if you're doing like 1 or 2 a day just on swatch sticks, you could probably learn to get your speed down and be faster at it. Anyway, if any of you have done this and know this technique well and do it fast, or even if you're not using an ombre brush, if you're using a sponge or you're using any other kind of technique, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and let me see or leave your Instagram or any of your social media names or pages, and I would love to look at your work and check it out. But thanks for watching. Here is my finished product, and have a great day.